Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Just kidding. Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Zero Hit. Oh, dang it. Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody.
All right, this is gonna be fun.
Welcome.
Because you know what's cool? At some point, and I'm not sure when, the right earbud died.
The right earbud, like the correct one?
Yeah.
Like the righteous,
Yeah.
So all that's left is the amoral or evil earbud.
Well, no, because I had the far right
And I can't hear you at all now.
You can't hear me at all?
No, there you go. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, the far right, which was the wrong one, is the broken.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. The one on the left, always correct. Not at all, but works best.
You know, I'm not even going to restart. That's just where we started the show. Because, you know, I'm going to do a couple things with the beginning. Well, okay.
Are you adding this into the show, or is this you're telling me ahead of time and that we're going to restart?
Let me say one more thing. Welcome, continued welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody. My name is Ryan Miller, and you all know the one, the only, back for one last show, Matt Amberg.
Hey!
So yeah, I'm doing a couple different things with this intro.
Yeah,
first off,
you're building.
I am in a building. Thank you. I started with Sean's new song that he sent our way. Have you listened to that thing yet?
I did, yeah.
Great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
Sliptide,
really.
killing the game.
Sliptide.com, probably, right?
Yeah. Bandcamp also. Check that.
Bandcamp, yes.
Or what's the other one?
SoundCloud.
Yeah, that might be it too. And I think there's one other one.
YouTube.
Nah, it's not that one.
The radio.
That's it. Yeah. Check out the radio.
So thanks to Sean for that. Again, always great work, and has always done great work. If you've ever heard any song that we've done, the one-offs, the pack stuff, I throw them in here and there, sometimes without permission, but it's in a folder that says Zero Hit Points, so I feel unnecessarily ownershiply about it.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, definitely take what isn't yours, but assume it is. I mean, that's all that's what I'm learning about now.
It's been the theme of the show for some time.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Then, now,
and forever.
in perpetuity.
Oh.
The other thing you heard was several welcomes, and this is after the fact. I'll edit this in so you know that what I'm going to do is so everybody knows. Whatever. Like I said, it's almost like I don't have to edit this.
I hope you don't. Honestly, I've been saying this for a long time. Stop editing altogether.
Stop editing.
Just add the beginning, add the end, and then.
But of the two of us that edit ourselves, you are more pro don't edit yourself, you would say.
I would say that because everything else is like, who gives a I'm gonna make you beep out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make you beep out a whole bunch of stuff so you have to edit it. Or you can put.
You know what we can do for this show once we get to actually talking about what this show is? Is explain all of that. But the first thing I'm going to explain is that you heard a series of welcomes that I edited in, and those are, in fact, a series of welcomes from show number 1 all the way up until the one I recorded right now. So no, not all of them, just a selection.
Yeah. That's great.
That's why that happened. Editing does often take place. If anybody's ever wondered, like I said, we just get into it, and then we can talk about why we're getting into it.
Is this a fight?
I've always kind of wanted this to be a family-friendly show, and I don't know how much we agreed on this or how much we agreed on after the fact. But yeah, I know that there's not a lot of swearless programs out there, so I always thought this could be something that the kids could get into and families could check out. So if you ever wondered why that was the case, there you go.
That was it.
Maybe I did say that at some point.
I think you probably made out. I don't know. It was never something, I'll admit it. I've admitted it to you. There were definitely shows where I purposely, not even like that though, but I purposely was like, you know what? I'm in a bad mood and I'm going to make you have to deal with my bad mood.
You're thinking of was that book club where you did all the Avengers spoilers that I had to bleep out? Continue.
Okay. That one was just because it was real funny to me. And I was so curious because I always think like ultimately for me, I get what you were saying, and I have never really had an issue with it. It's been whatever. But I have always definitely been of the mind that I don't know that you should have edited the word out so much as just bleeped a lot. And I know that's a way bigger deal. Like, it's a lot more effort.
Well,
but I get the why.
Back in the day, it was more useful to edit all together because the shows went on so freaking long. You know, like
2-3 hours plus.
Yeah, were we spitting out? I mean, yes, we did sometimes talk for 2 hours. After editing, the shows were still like 2 hours, sometimes, or 3 hours, whatever. I don't know, hours.
Oh, we were going for a while.
So yeah, it kind of served two purposes to begin with, but also oftentimes I feel like the bleep is funnier than the word, so that's been a consideration at times.
That's the thing, is like in so many cases it can definitely, especially, I mean for me, especially when I'm like going off on something, I love it when I'm just bleep bleep bleep. You know, it's just, that's real funny to me.
That's true. I threw in a couple like 30-second long bleeps. Until the doorknob breaks off and you have to get a doctor to remove it. Classic.
I forgot about that. That's a good one.
Why are we getting into any of this, you might ask at this point? And I don't know that, have we put this out anywhere? I saw you did a quick Discord thing for any of that crossover. I don't know how many of the Discorders tune into this show. Yeah,
I don't know anymore. It's okay. I have been so disconnected from the Discord. I've been discordant with the Discord.
Disconnected from Discord. Yeah. In fact, some would say we never were completely certain beyond one or two people who exactly our audience is.
That's true.
So,
but we appreciate everybody who ever viewed the show.
Absolutely. And again, why I feel like we're doing this completely backwards. This is all pertinent because this is the last 0 hit points, guys.
See, I kind of thought that it might be the case when at the beginning you were like, it's his last show. I didn't know, like, I was for a minute going, oh, did you replace me? Who is it? Are you going to like spring somebody on me? Because that would be awesome.
There's no replacing you. Everybody knows
that. Oh,
that.
Believe me, there is definitely replacing me.
I'm
there
one
are
of the
so
guys...
many models that can be upgraded to. And I'm not just talking about the physical, but that is definitely an add-on.
I'm one of those guys that, and obviously no shade thrown at the other spectrum here, that when a member of the band leaves, the band no longer happens. And you know, there are certainly exceptions to that rule. Social Distortion is one that comes to mind. Mike Ness being the force that he is, and also that music being what it is.
I mean, with him, I don't know that that's a good example though, because Mike Ness, like, he was writing those songs by himself when he was 16.
Sure, he's the exception to the rule.
Sure,
yes,
sure.
Okay, and neither of us are Mike Ness, so
I would say you could be kind of Mike Nessy. Well, no, you know. Maybe more Michael Nesmith from the Monkees.
That's good. Also a team up I would like to see.
Ooh.
So the way I see it, either one of us can leave and 0 hit points takes a back seat for what it is. But this is a butt show. There's a butt in the show.
Finally.
This channel will not die. There will be changes, obviously, but I don't want to just let this avenue wither. And I like talking about games, whether it's with myself or nobody in particular. It won't be 0 hit points per se. I mean, the website 0hitpoints.com is still out there, and we kind of fly Book Club for Movies under that banner.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll change that or not at some point.
The only changes really I have in mind so far that I haven't talked with you about are that Book Club will go to its own feed now. Like, it's been in its own feed, but I've also doubled it up on this feed for those who just wanted to subscribe at one point. I think it's time to finally split those. So if you've been tuning into this feed to listen to Book Club for Movies, please resubscribe over where it lives on its own. Stitcher, Apple iTunes, the whole where it's been for however, but
probably
it's not hard to find.
Yeah.
There are plenty of other apps will re-index as well, so I'm sure it's up on more places than we know. But it will also be, I'm finally going to do all the work to get it going on Spotify and whatever else. Libsyn, where we host Inside Baseball, has kind of upgraded their tools, I'm sure months ago now, but I'll finally take advantage of them.
Once again, time is something neither of us really have a lot of.
It is. So something will be happening here still. It won't be Book Club for Movies. It won't be this 0 hit points, but something. It could just be I've got a bug up my butt and I talk about bugs and butts for 30 minutes. Who knows?
That's great.
It could be on playing an especially fun game. And I mean, I would imagine that's probably what's going to happen more often than not, is because I feel like I play something enough that I just got to talk about it somehow. So I'll just spit it out on this thing. I don't know. It might happen that you're in the mood and, you know, we'll get together and talk for a bit. And we're still throwing around ideas might be part of it, because I know when we first talked about how, and we're coming back from a long break, by the way. I don't know if we have to mention that, but that's where we've been having all these conversations. Some of it was work. Some of it's just at the end of the year. We traditionally have taken that break. How many years have we been doing this now, actually?
About 7, maybe.
Is it really?
Maybe longer. So we...
That's freaking ridiculous.
No, yeah, it's 7 because we started doing this when I moved to Colorado. And that was 7 years ago.
I knew it was in November. I just can never remember.
Yep, 7 years ago.
The year. So yeah, I don't know. We've talked a lot of game over the years, and you're calling me on Discord on my phone right now for whatever reason. How does that work? Hold on, let me answer, see what happens.
I'm not doing anything.
The chat disconnected.
I can hear you though.
Oh, hey, you're on my phone though.
I didn't do anything. I've been standing here.
What happens if I hit this video button?
What are you doing, Discord?
Where are you now?
Now you're video.
Wow. See, anything can happen is the point.
Seamlessness.
So we've thrown a lot of ideas around, and upon ending this and beginning another, who knows? We talked about still maybe streaming sometimes here and there. We talked about we've talked forever about turning that into a live experience where we just talk live for a bit, and then that ends up as a show because
it was when we were live.
Any number of things could happen. That's the point.
Sure. I think you knocked it out of the park. All right, show over. Later, dudes.
What would you say, Matt?
What do I have to say? I don't know. You know, I guess not that you're asking, but the okay. You know, a lot of this comes down to there's a couple things happening in why, and let's get out in front of this too. Okay. The podcast is ending because I am choosing to make the decision to walk away from 0 hit points.
Whoa. I don't know if that's fair.
That's totally fair. I made that, like, you were not going to bring me back into this at this point. I had made a choice and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And you said, all right.
Okay, yes. I see that more as the beginning of the conversation. And honestly, it's a conversation we've been having for months. Minimum.
It's been 6-8 months. Yeah.
Yeah. You had approached me with that at one point, just because the passion for gaming wasn't what it used to be, I believe, were the words you used.
Yeah.
And I almost accidentally came back with a newish idea from the show. And this is when things kind of changed from a more structured approach. Like, we always had the news and the news items out there. Yeah. And then it turned into, well, why don't you just not even worry about any of that? And I'll just, did you hear about this? You know, that's where that segment came from. And I think that made it easier. And honestly, I think our goal was to turn it into more of a, improv is probably the wrong word, and giving us more credit than we should.
We're definitely top tier.
But something more improvisational in nature, you know, which made it easier, both just as a weight on our minds and just, I think it made the show funner too. But the show's been several different things.
It has, yeah. We've like, our structure has changed over the years as things do, and yeah, I mean, and yeah, I can still say that, like, you know, like, the passion for gaming that I had at the beginning, the passion for gaming even 2 years ago, it's just, I just don't have it now. And, you know, upon some of the reflection, a lot of it comes back to, I just have other things that I'd rather focus my time on. I've got creative endeavors, things that I want to do. I've got, like, I have pages upon pages of like, outline and stuff for comics that I want to write, comic books that I want to write, and I've got, you know, all these movies that I want to watch, and you know, other stuff with comic books, and I've got so many other things, and I, you know, I was just talking to Beth about this actually this morning, that I was looking back at how often I played games over the past 2-3 months, and the most I'd played was actually the yesterday, I think, when I spent like 2.5 hours trying to finish the Battlefront 2 campaign.
Yeah.
Which I did.
Which I've given you crap about already. I'm like, man, when you decide to stop playing games, you really decide to stop playing games.
I really wanted to hate myself. Unfortunately, I had so much fun with that game. I was like, oh, sure, that was cool. That was super neat. The
campaign's not bad.
No, not at all. And then I went, do I want to play the rest of it? Probably not. But I just like... It's not only that, it's just that I'm not the interest that I have even in the gaming news and that world right now. It's just I can honestly say there are a number of aspects to it that I'm just not enjoying, and a huge chunk of it in terms of news related stuff. I am just over all of the nonsense fanboyism garbage. Sure. And it's a huge reason that like now I've been, I don't remember, 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, that I deleted my Twitter, and I'm not like, I'm done. Social media I'm done with, man. Like, I'm just over it.
So yes, if you're one of the Jonathan Blades out there, Matt's okay.
I am alive. Yeah, I'm just like, and I'm certain like we could find a way if you really want to get a hold of me. Like, I'll give you my phone number. You can text me. That's cool. But like,
whoa,
I don't care.
I feel this went from bad to worse.
Yeah, no, Matt at 0HITPoints.com. We're still getting those emails.
Yeah, we're not going to discontinue that email. That's one of the ways you can continue to get to us. Yeah. And the Twitter accounts for the shows, 0HP and Book Club for Movies, aren't going anywhere.
Definitely. And I still have access to those. I haven't logged into them. Like I said, I'm kind of just staying away from social media. However, I may log into those two just to post stuff or read things. But
still reachable.
Yes. But what this ultimately comes down to is, for me, it's because the interest and the passion, and not only just those two things, but the lack of time, or I mean, this is kind of the passion, but even the want to sit down in front of my TV in general right now is at an all-time low. Like, we've been watching more TV lately, but I'm still like, I'm watching like a TV show a night. If it's movies on the weekend, that's one thing, but I just am not sitting down in front of my TV lately. And I don't want to keep doing a show where I just can't put in, I can't put in everything. And
don't.
And
would be my advice.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not, because I just like
see, it's mutual.
You're like, I hated you doing this. Now
no.
But this is like, I want to point out that this is, in no way, shape, or form does this have any relevance or connection to Book Club for Movies. I love doing that. I don't have any intention of stopping that. That's totally like, I want to continue that. That one right now, that's on you to quit on, dude. And this is
if anything, it's only going to get worse from here on out.
I can't, and I'm looking
to dedicate more time to movies.
I'm looking forward to it for a variety of reasons. The main one being, now that we both have season passes and I've got rid of my social media, I am so filled with time to do all these other things I want to do, and then when I don't have, like, then I can go to the movies, and that's one of those things I want to do with my time. So
yeah, movies were there before games. They'll be there after.
Yeah,
not
movies,
to put them against, up against each other, or anything, apples and oranges and all that, but
No, but for me, like, no, what you're saying is true. There's always a fight for entertainment, for content. You want to go to those places that are slinging tent, that you want to consume the tent that's being slung.
I'm not familiar with that phrase.
Slinging tent. It's pretty funny.
Okay. The way you say it, I don't want to be familiar with it.
Slinging tent content. Slinging the content. Oh, sure.
Okay, all right. I went to like pants tent. I'm like, where is
Whoa.
this? Yeah, my fault. I was the one that messed that one up.
That's funny. I did.
I've got a dirty secret. Uh-oh. And it has nothing to do with that.
Okay, you can't go from one to the other on that one and then decline. This is why the show has to end now.
I haven't played a game since we last recorded.
See?
Okay.
No, okay. Don't mention. Do not ever. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We are not going out on DC Legends.
Not counting any phone games. No. This podcast will ever be known as the one that devolved into speaking about DC Legends every week until it died.
That's our
DC Legends killed 0 hit points.
We ruined the legacy.
Don't sugarcoat it. No, still quite enjoying DC Legends. No,
it's real weird though, isn't that?
I haven't turned on my Xbox since we last recorded. I'm in the middle of exactly where I was on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Whatever else I'm playing, Red Dead perpetually. I don't think that's ever going to change. So,
I think I've given up the ghost on that one.
So, I had a point when I started that.
You were going to tell me a dirty little secret.
No, that was it. That I haven't played a game, but where I was going was that movies also take up a little less time and headspace for me. I guess I don't know. I'm broken in the way that I have a backlog of anything that I like to do.
Yeah,
and basically taking a huge chunk out of my movie backlog over the past 2 months has been pretty nice. So
yeah, I've been loving it. Like, I'm bummed out that I cannot remember, because we consumed, like, we watched a lot of movies, but on the same token, like, I agree with you completely that they're a different thing. Like, yes, there are times when with a movie you just gotta focus. I gotta pay attention to it. But there are lots of other movies where I can watch it, I can be engaged with it, but I can also kind of be doing something else, like
playing DC Legends. No, I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's playing DC Legends, baking bread, and then watching a movie. I'm like an octopus. I'm like that in The Simpsons. They've got the
Octomom.
That's what the title of this podcast should have always been. Zero to Mom.
I just downloaded Mr. Mom.
Oh, man, that's a good one. I haven't seen that forever.
So, to reiterate...
Bye!
Here is just that the 0 Hit Points show will go the way of the world. The channel won't die. You'll still hear from me, possibly Matt, and whatever else happens. Make requests. I'm going to keep dropping... in fact, part of this is I hope to use Twitter on both accounts a little bit more so that I can engage more, and so that, in a Patreon-less manner, give anybody what they want if somebody does actually want something from us or what. And if that evolves into a more regular thing, cool. If not, again, I will return to games, but I'm kind of enjoying getting some movies checked off my list. And that brings me to the other part. Book Club for Movies will continue, and this week it's going to be me and you basically catching up. What we've been watching. We gave each other, and I'll tweet this out maybe too, but we gave each other our lists of all of the films that we've watched since we last recorded, and yours is, I thought I was going to contend, but yours is like 20, 30 deep. Good gosh.
That can't be that long.
Was it? I don't know. The text literally, like, it stopped communicating and just had a little more button at the bottom, and I was like, all right, I'll click on that later, I guess.
But when you see what movies, like, a mass majority of them are just rewatches.
Well, that's fine, though. I mean, hey,
look,
welcome to the show.
At least, here's a hint. Here's a little tipski, a little... prior to anybody hearing to that show,
dude, you can list them. I don't care. I mean, this again, this is for people.
Yeah,
okay.
I just want to just a little because look, this could be the last show. We could still be teasing other shows. I mean, in fact, I don't think this podcast is ever going to end. We're just going to keep coming back with like a 2-minute teaser for Book Club for Movies.
It'll just be 2 like 5-minute clips every week of where we're talking about games, and then say a movie thing and follow up with Book Club for Movies, and then like we've done for that's it. Yeah, that's basically just what the show will only be now.
My list contains all of the Batman movies, not the Christopher Nolan ones. And I didn't even put them all down, but I watched all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies too, not the new ones. No.
You didn't find your goal was to get to the new ones.
No, and I still have them to watch, but I got stuck back in time, and I just can't believe that movie exists and is not more appreciated.
The third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Samurai Turtles, baby.
Wow, this is okay. See where this conversation could go, everybody. Will we tweet out these lists, because we don't know which the other is going to choose. We've got a couple caveats. I think we've given ourselves a couple outs where if by the end of the show one of us hasn't chosen something we really want to talk about, we can bring it up. But for the most part, you're choosing my movies and I'm choosing yours. I'm going to choose what I want to hear about, what I want to hear and talk about, which will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 apparently at some point.
I'm just going to pick random ones off your list because whatever. Because I'm a jerk.
No, you're not.
I know I've got specific ones on your list. I was like, I want to hear about that and that.
Exactly. That's why this works. And we'll do that in the volleyball type manner that we've come to enjoy so much.
Indeed.
So. And
again, I do want to say, just like wrapping up here, I think, at least for myself. Sure. Nothing is a never say never. Like, this is not necessarily ever dead. That's why a lot of it will just keep going. That's why 0 Hit Points, the site's not going to go away. And like Ryan, like he said, man, there are very good possibilities of, maybe we pick up a stream once a week or something, but it's less about talking about video games and more about just talking. And it just happens to be well, I guess it's kind of basically what we do in general.
Exactly. Why we started this in the first place. It's literally a complete circle.
Yes. Except now we can broadcast what we were doing before.
Exactly. Yes. We just took the most roundabout, again, it's a circle, way to this point. We would sit here, play video games, whatever it was, Borderlands 2 probably, talk about movies, talk about anything. And we said, hey, what if podcast? And looking back, actually, I'm almost surprised I convinced you to do this in a way. Like, you weren't like against it, but there's a part of me that's like seeing where it's gone and seeing what it is now. I'm like, man, how did I get you on board at all?
I can honestly say I think this all stemmed totally from just prior to me leaving Washington. We had kind of talked about figuring out ways to because I was doing a lot of photography at the time, and we were trying to figure out ways where we could put that stuff together. And then we just kind of continued on talking about, as we had previously for forever. We started talking about games again, and then I think that was just really the genesis of it. Was what can we do together? Well, we play video games. Can we talk about these together? Yeah.
For an hour? No, 3 hours.
For 3 hours, yeah. God, and I remember having to that first mic I had was real crappy, and then I got the Yeti that broke 6 months in, and then the first time I was recording before I got the Zoom, I was doing Audacity, which was like a nightmare thing.
Oh, the Audacity.
And what's crazy is, like, thinking back, like it is kind of weird looking at how quickly podcasting blew up. Like, we got in there pretty early on with the game. I'm not saying ground floor here.
No. Yeah, we were second or third wave, I guess, but still.
But yeah, it
blew up more.
It went from like there were a handful of video game podcasts to that's the only kind of podcast that exists now.
1 million of every podcast.
It's true.
Ever. Yeah. And hey, those old episodes aren't going anywhere. They didn't go anywhere in the moment.
Maybe they should. But yeah, we might get back to something, and I don't want to ever say, we'll never do this again, or we'll never represent this again, or whatever, but I had a really good time doing the show.
Same.
Thanks to everybody who ever listened or came up to us at PAX or whatever, said, "Hey, I heard you. Don't anymore." There are lots of people out there that supported us in a variety of manner, from just giving us that love to, giving us ideas and games and all sorts of other stuff.
Listening for 5 minutes. I don't care. Anybody.
Hey, if you hit subscribe, you should have been getting like a Christmas gift from us every year. But
you're a saint. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I hope you got the Fallout giveaway.
Yeah.
Hey, if you got the Fallout giveaway, Matt handled most of that, so you probably remember the names. I do not.
Nope.
If you're still listening, cool.
Thank
you. Still.
That was cool. I hope you enjoyed the Fallout thing. I was disappointed.
Yeah, it was Fallout 4, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. A bummer. But, this was a good time. Thank you to everybody who viewed, everybody who listened, everybody who, got onto the stream with us, everybody, all of that. Yeah, like, I don't know. This is a stupid Oscar speech. Let me talk to you about veganism real quick.
Oh man. Yes. Thank you to everyone, but to Pedal, obviously, friend of the show, to Slip Tide again. Continued thanks to what are some other specific people?
Khalif, huge one. Thank you so much to Khalif. Mila was a big supporter of our show.
Jonathan Blade,
he just fantastic supporter. Oh. We know we'll see Blade over at the book club.
Jake and Oz.
Yeah, the damn woods, Jake and Oz. Yeah, I mean, there's like it's just been so many people throughout the years that have been here for us, and
the nameless
that supported us, and none of you are forgotten. We just can't remember your names,
or didn't know them,
or we didn't know you.
Tell us your names.
Yeah. If you feel left out, let us know, and then we'll do like an in memoriam for one more show.
We'll do a whole show. Like, that's where this is going. Again, make a request.
In memoriam. In memoriam. And speaking of in memoriam, so long.
One last segue? Okay.
Bye!
Click.